Hey fellow readers, I'm Jay.
I'm Stephanie.
This is Hathaway Ever After, Chapter 3.
Or 2.0 for the bookshelf tour.
Yep.
We're going to finish up our bookshelf tour today with our nonfiction shelf, which is in this room, our classics shelf, which is in a pretty fun spot, and our music books, which is also in a pretty fun spot. So a little field trip for our bookshelf tour. We're also going to talk about what we've been reading or what we're currently reading. And then maybe something a little fun at the end of some rapid fire reviews.
Yep, so we'll have 5 words to describe, to the best of our ability, our experience with the books that we've read this month. So we're going to try that out and hopefully it'll be fun.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So here I am, alone, for now, at the nonfiction shelf. Up top, we've got military history, like I've talked about before. I'm huge into World War II, have been since I was younger. And Alex Kershaw is an author recently that I've really gotten into when it comes to that. The Bedford Boys, of course, has a special place in my heart, with Bedford being about 2 hours away here in Virginia. So that was a really cool story to read about. But the funny thing about all this World War II I have one book as far as military history that isn't World War II, and it's probably my favorite of all of them, and that's Black Hawk Down. It's incredibly gripping. The way it's written, it's just a 5-star for me. I love that book. And then we'll go down here. We've got nature and natural history. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm huge into birds and bird watching. Love birds and love natural history. I think it's the most fascinating thing that we get to study here on this planet, and very interested in that. I don't know if we can even see this in this shot, but we'll move down here, just breezing right through this section. We got physics and astrophysics, like to dabble in that a little bit. I'm fascinated with all of that kind of phenomena. And then over here we have our kind of biographies and memoirs. One in particular I'd love to talk about is On Writing by Stephen King. And this is great whether you're a writer or not. This is an awesome book to read. But if you are a writer, I feel like this is essential, whether you like Stephen King or not. I mean, he just has so much here and so many years of experience. And I mean, just look at his, what would you call that, bookography instead of filmography? I don't know, but the stories and the examples and specifics he has on writing are incredible. So yeah, that's going to be, I guess, it for me right now until we can see more of the bookshelf. So I'm going to get out of here.
All right, now it's my turn. Again, I'm sure you can't see the whole bookshelf. A lot of the nonfiction, I would say, is Jay's. I do like nonfiction. I used to have a goal for myself that I would read fiction, then nonfiction, fiction, then nonfiction. But lately, I've been trying to, I think, escape reality a little bit more. So I've definitely been more of a fiction reader. Some of the books that I wanted to highlight, well, just the rest of the shelf, which you can't see in this shot, we have some philosophy and some sports nonfiction as well on the next 2 shelves. But a few of the books that I have really enjoyed, I would say, in the past year. One in a Millennial by Kate Kennedy is sort of her memoir on basically the millennial zeitgeist. It was very nostalgic, kind of what it was like growing up as a woman, millennial. I listened to this and read it. Kate Kennedy actually narrates the audio, which was amazing to listen to. I love it when a nonfiction book has the author narrate it, because I just think it makes it a lot more meaningful. This one I haven't read yet. It was a recent purchase, It is on my TBR. It's called The Carpool Detectives by Chuck Hogan. This book is actually a book that was written about 4 women in Los Angeles, 4 moms during COVID. They were looking into this cold case that's 15 years old of a couple that vanished basically over the side of a cliff. And during COVID, these 4 moms solve this case. So this is that story. Really excited to read that one. One of the other books I've read, this was a few years ago, but this is called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. Lori is a psychoanalyst, and this book talks about her patients as a psychoanalyst, as well as her own journey with a therapist. So this was a great book if you are thinking about mental health or a proponent of mental health, and just sort of the journey through therapy and what that looks like from a psychoanalyst. I feel like there was one other, this one. There was one other book in here I wanted to talk about. Jay has read something by Erik Larson, but it was more history focused. This is called The Devil in the White City, which to me reads more like a fiction book. It takes place in Chicago in the 1890s during when the first Chicago State Fair was erected and took place. But it simultaneously goes between the journey of the Chicago State Fair as well as that of a serial killer. So this was really interesting to dive into, and as a true crime fan, I think I appreciated the chapters of the serial killer a little bit more than that of the fair, but overall really interesting, and highly recommend Erik Larson. And that's it for this shelf.
Hello there. So here we have our Classics Nook under the stairs. Nice little fun spot to read if you were so inclined. A few of the books that we'd like to talk about here. We got Ray Bradbury. I love Fahrenheit 451. And actually we just read in our Discord for our book of the month, Something Wicked This Way Comes. So I'll do a 5-word review. I'm probably talking more about it now than I will in that. Moving along, Catch-22, another one of my favorite classics. For Whom the Bell Tolls, absolutely love it. Let's see, we'll go down here to Kill a Mockingbird, one of my favorite books growing up. That was one of my favorites that we read in school. Jack London, loved Jack London. Catcher in the Rye, another one of my favorites. So these versions, a fun story here. These versions of Lord of the Rings, I had The Return of the King, this version. Steph had The Hobbit. So when our books came together, we just had those two. So of course we had to go out and find the others to go in between. This is a nice version of, that Steph would like to point out, of Jane Austen. Nice little collector's edition. She loves Jane Austen, big fan. We got some more box sets down here of classics, Chronicles of Narnia, and yeah, I guess that's probably about all the time we'll spend in the classic shelf. Just a nice little fun spot that we have, and just figured it'd be perfect for the classics. That's it. All right, so real quick, we wanted to highlight some of our music books that kind of got moved in here to our overall music section with the record player and our concert tour posters. Kind of ran out of room on the nonfiction shelves, so we figured this would be a good place for them. And we got Bad Religion, NoFX, a couple of my favorite bands. The new book from Mark Hoppus, which I haven't read yet. Looking forward to that. Billy Joel, Elton John, we both love, and Chris Cornell, probably the greatest singer of all time to me. All right, thank you all so much for sticking with us through the back end of our bookshelf tour. It was a little tougher this time. We kind of had quite a few distractions going on.
Lots of stuff. Bye-bye. Lots of stops and starts today.
Yeah, a whole lot. So
Full house.
We're really grinding through this chapter. But yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and start with our books that which kind of got moved around a little bit in the madness. But we'll start with the books that we're reading right now, and we'll go ahead and hand it over to my lovely wife here.
You were gonna say assistant.
I almost said lovely assistant, and that was gonna be really bad.
So my gosh!
It just came. I'm sorry, it just came up.
Anyway, my current read is The Lion Women of Tehran by Marjan Kamali. I don't know why it has taken me so long to start this book. It is so good. I'm probably about a third to a half of the way through it. It follows Ellie and Homa, friends in Tehran, Iran, through the 1950s through present day. So it follows their bond among the political revolution in Iran, betrayal, friendship, just their life in general. And so far, it is just a beautiful story of female friendship. And I am really excited to continue with this one.
Awesome. And I'm working my way right now through King's Sorrow by Joe Hill. Just came out this week. Picked this up from Fountain, a nice signed first edition. Normally I don't like stickers on my books, but this is kind of a cool one to have on there. So I'll take that one. About halfway through it at this point, and I've really been enjoying it. Reminds me, or it gives me kind of the vibe of All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker.
So good.
That was Steph's pick for me last year that I also enjoyed. Has that feel, but also with Stephen King, of course. You know, I feel like there's only so much you can get away from having that, absorbing that all those years. So it's been really fun. Well, I don't know if I'd say fun exactly, but it's been a really, really good read. So we'll see how the second half of that goes in the last week or so of October. But yeah. I guess from there,
getting some rapid fire reviews.
We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully,
hopefully with it being quick, we can get those in and not have as many happenings going on.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Started off strong, little underwhelming.
Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. A labyrinth descent worth taking.
Queen of Mid-Ashes, Christopher Ruocchio. Not much new, still Ruocchio.
Culpability by Bruce Holsinger. AI, ethics, privilege, and family drama.
American Psycho. Tough, brutal, excellent social commentary.
Lauren Harper Falls Apart by Shauna Robinson. Fall, small town charm, fresh starts.
The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. Favorite for Book of the Month. Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. Bradbury is my favorite poet.
The Hallmarked Man, Robert Galbraith. Convoluted plot, still emotionally invested.
White River Crossing by Ian McGuire. Arc read. Reminiscent of Revenant.
Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Clue meets vintage Hollywood curses.
Knife of Dreams by Robert Jordan, book 11 of The Wheel of Time. Solid entry, getting better again. Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. Super fun, stoked to continue.
Thank you so much for sticking through that video with us. I feel like we really had to power through this afternoon.
We made it. We're still here.
Now I need a beverage.
Yeah.
Let us know if there are things you want us to talk about, banter you want us to have. We are brainstorming, but we are both people pleasers. So we'd like to know what you're looking for as well.
Yeah, and as always, like and subscribe on YouTube, and come see us on our Instagram. Give us a follow. We actually just hit 400 today, so
yeah, so it's a little bit of a celebration. Cheers.
Yeah, small potatoes, but in the grand scheme of things,
potatoes are really good.
But yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. They're incredible. But yeah, we're excited about that, even if it's not a big huge deal.
It is.
It means a lot to us because we we do really enjoy doing this. Some days are harder than other days, as we found out today, but we're having a good time, and it's really something that has even, I guess, kind of brought us closer together in some ways, because we've
except when you call me your assistant.
Yeah, well, I'll not do that again. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good rest
That's
of
it
your
for
days.
chapter 3. Yeah. Take care.
Bye.